Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Acting Premier. Speaker, for 7 years, the government has been battling yet another business, Trillium Power, in court. And due to the suspicious circumstances with the government files, yet again, the OPP were called in to investigate. Yes, Speaker, this is the 5th OPP investigation of this Liberal government. Now today we learned new evidence shows the Liberal government destroyed documents relative to the case. Mr. Speaker, was the destruction of the Trillium documents intentional, or did it happen when the Liberals wiped the gas plant evidence from their computers?
Thank you. Acting Premier.
Thank you, Speaker. I thank the member opposite for the question, and I think, Speaker, the member very much knows that we can't comment specifically on the lawsuit from Trillium Power as the matter is before the courts, or any matter for that for that matter, Speaker, that is before the courts. But with respect to record keeping, we are, Speaker, committed to being an open, accountable and transparent government. We have taken action to strengthen the laws related to record keeping, and we have ensured that there are good policies in place for document retention and staff training. We have worked closely, Speaker, with the Information and Privacy Commissioner and the Chief Privacy Officer and the Archivist of Ontario to ensure that our policies are appropriate. Speaker, the decision to place a moratorium on offshore wind is one our government still believes is correct. It's a decision that we will continue to make based on science and evidence, Speaker, and Ontario will take a cautious approach to offshore wind. Thank you very much.
Supplementary.
Thank you. Back to the Acting Premier. Well, Speaker, with so many investigations and scandals going on that they can't talk about, it doesn't leave very much left for the Liberals to actually be able to talk.
Stop the clock, please. I've heard from both sides, and I will not waver from my resolve to have us complete a decorum-filled question period, and I'm listening carefully. Please finish your question.
Thank you. As I said, there's very little left, Speaker, for the government to be able to comment on, but we'll try delving deeper into this. A Freedom of Information request to the Premier's office and Cabinet office turned up no results. All records pertaining to, quote, Trillium and key offshore wind contracts between January 2010 and December 11 were requested. The request turned up 0 relevant documents. 0, Speaker, as in none, no documents. It's inconceivable that no one in the Premier's office or Cabinet office wouldn't have used those words. This is exactly what happened in the gas plant scandal hearings. The government said they had no files because they had destroyed them all.
Question.
Speaker, which Liberal ordered the documents related to this case to be deleted?
Thank you.
I want to remind the member opposite again that we take our obligation in terms of transparency and accountability and openness of government very, very seriously. Speaker, we promised to the people of Ontario to open up the government completely, and we have done so to an unprecedented degree, Speaker. In the report that was delivered by the then Information and Privacy Commissioner, she credited our government for improving record keeping across the government, Speaker. Speaker, we have sent a directive to all political staff. We have developed mandatory training programs. We have appointed chiefs of staff accountable for record keeping. We have improved archiving requirements. Speaker, we also brought an Accountability Act that would prohibit the willful deletion of records and in fact, has created a penalty to do so. And Speaker, the Premier's office have worked very closely with the Integrity Commissioner and the Information and Privacy Commissioner to deal with these type of issues.
Final supplementary.
Back to the Acting Premier. The Liberals say one thing, Speaker, when the exact opposite is true. Trillium Power submitted another Freedom of Information request to the Minister of Energy. It was for a period from October 6, 2006 to January 31, 2014. They requested documents with the keywords, quote, Trillium Power Wind and TPW1 project in Eastern Ontario. The response only indicated documents after March 2013. There were no documents for the FOI. it would appear that the Liberals have deleted every document that pertains to Trillium before March 2013. Speaker, we know emails exist because Trillium themselves had sent emails to the Premier's office and to the government's office, and yet they say none exist.
Question.
Mr. Speaker, where are all the documents?
Thank you. Continue.
I want to remind the member again that this legislature is not the place to litigate matters that are before the courts. I know the members opposite would love to do that, and they've tried it at many times. That does not make it right. Speaker, there's a very clear rule in this House, the rule around sub judice, as you know, which says that we as legislators must respect the independence of our judiciary. We must respect the process that is ongoing. However, Speaker, I can speak to the very strong action that our government has taken in order to ensure that we have an open government, that we have a government that really have bolstered and strengthened transparency and accountability. In my previous answers, I spoke of very specific measures that we have taken exactly to do so, not only making sure that we have strengthened the law and put penalties in place for such action.
Answer.
We have also gone beyond in putting the right set of policies and training that goes along with it for our staff so that government remains open and accountable to the people of Ontario.